Good morning, crypto boomers. The voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, champagne crypto. Thanks for tuning in. Big shout out to the crypto maniacs tuning in. I see Joey Ray already posting there in the chat box. Make sure you guys are hitting all the buttons, the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned in to the good crypto word that we spread here every single day on the weekdays. Early morning, late morning. We're here in the morning Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you're locked and loaded. You bookmark our page. You put the notifications on. You do everything you can to stay tuned in to all the good news and bad news. It's good news. Even if it's bad news, we spin it into good news because it's nothing but a positive energy out here. Shout out to Jigger Romes. Shout out to Joey Ray. Today we're talking about Bitcoin remaining strong. Bitcoin strong. Ethereum stronger. Okay. I'm looking at these altcoins. I'm talking about watching for the altcoin seasons, these pumps and these dumps associated with coins that follow in the wake of Bitcoin. Let's keep our eyes on these altcoins. I'm going to talk about them. Ether stronger. Stock markets earnings season. I mentioned that I have an infographic pulled up of the different companies that are reporting earnings this week. A lot of them, specifically 3M, UPS today, and a bunch of others. And let's see if we can ride one of these waves. I'm looking also at eBay later this week. Let's see how they respond. E-commerce, maybe they're up. So, we may catch a little run up. How I've been playing these stocks options on Robinhood, doing some swing trading, taking stabs in and out, learning the ropes of the game. If you're interested in getting a free stock, join Robinhood using my link. I get a free stock, you get a free stock, and we can work with each other by earning more and pumping even more. Shout out to CryptoZilla. Look out for the funny bunnies. Indeed, look out for them. So again, we're talking about Bitcoin strong, Ether stronger, stock markets earnings season. I got the infographic I'll share with you guys just in a moment, which companies may gain some weight, how Bitcoin will be behaving. As I said this morning, I think we're in the middle of the Bitcoin halving pump. That's why I've started taking some profits, and I've explained my strategy, and I will continue to explain it more. Joey Ray says PayPal's up. Okay, I didn't know. PayPal, seems to be a company that would gain in this climate, this Corona climate. Let me turn off these coins and these dollar bills, and let me share my screen. Every single time I get started to start sharing the screen, boom, I get hit up with these ads. Wine Text now is giving me ads. All right, let me click it. Let me get some BAT tokens. Download the Brave browser. You too can earn BAT tokens by simply clicking on ads like I just did by downloading the Brave browser. You can get a few BAT tokens, and we'll be comparing that to other browsers that allow you to earn tokens like CryptoTab. Although I think maybe Brave will allow you to earn more. I don't know. Rafterman is going to be auditing it. So every few days I'll be showing my earnings. He'll share his and see which one can earn more. But, either which way, make sure that you're earning something. Even if it's $1 or $3, stack it all up, guys. Okay, stack it all up. Pick up the penny off the floor if you have to, guys. It's bad luck just to ignore even loose change. Shout out to Loot Scrat Kaboom. Shout out to, is it Lude or Loot? Shout out to you. You can see the charts here, 77.50. We topped off yesterday at 77.98, which is a little less than what we topped off at the day before, which was about 78 or 79. Let me do the 5-day. Let me see the 5-day. So, is this little run slowing down? Not really. I think the top was there, like 70. Yeah, that was about it. Yeah, it's about right. Let me look at the 1 month here. Yeah, we're all-time high for 1 month. So, this trajectory appears to continue to go up. You can see this is the 1 month chart. It clearly looks like it's in a path going up. And our targets have been 8,000. It seems like we haven't been able to crack through this 8,000. But let's see what happens. We still have, according to CoinDesk, we have 13 days left. So, we're right there. When it came to Litecoin's halving, Litecoin had already reached its all-time high before I'm not going to say all-time high. That's the wrong way. It reached a high before the halving about 4 weeks before its halving back in August. I'm talking about Litecoin's halving that occurred last August. It reached a high of like 150 from a low of like about $30 last year, about 3 to 4 weeks before it's halving, and then it started dumping. So, Bitcoin is not behaving exactly like Litecoin did, because it's still up 13 days before it's halving. So let's see. But I will expect, and I keep saying this, a run up for the halving, and then some sort of a sell off, and then again it'll gain some more weight maybe later on this year. And perhaps maybe we can go on a path to above 10K, but not before there's a sell-off associated with this halving. Right now, we're in the pump associated with the halving. I would expect a little sell-off. We'll reach a top before the halving, a little sell-off, maybe a few months of trading sideways before another run-up, maybe by the fall. So I would expect Bitcoin to trade sideways this summer. That's what I'm expecting, or maybe even a little bit lower. Okay, I don't expect Bitcoin to be hitting highs this summer. Now, when the fall comes and we get closer to the next year, we may have another run up. So let's see. Let me check out the chat box. I see Joey Ray posting. He says, there's no such thing as luck. By the way, every coin has God's name on it. Why would you pass God's name up, says Joey Ray. Every coin. I mean, does Bitcoin have God's name on it? I don't know. But if you're referring to the Lord made everything, I can get down with that. 10K easily, says Johnson. Let's see. I think we're going to fall short, Johnson, but I hope so. I hope you're right, because I'm obviously holding the bag, and I'd be able to make some gains if we went up to 10K. Absolutely. I think we're getting close, though. If you could see here, we're running into some resistance when it comes to 8,000. 77.98, 78. This is the 1 month chart, so it looks strong on the 1 month. Look at the 1 day. The 1 day is more, up and down, up and down. Look at the 5 day. The 5 day strong, though. It's a slight move up all for the past 5 days. We've been at 75 and between 75 and like about 78. So let's see, I feel like we got maybe another week. I don't know what would happen, the last week of the halving. Maybe there's look, it happens with the earnings here in the stock market. Sometimes when companies exceed their earnings expectation, the same day of the earnings call, it may run up. So, I mean, if we can compare that to Bitcoin, let's say, the halving event, it's not an earnings, but it's an event that could drive the price, similar to how stocks earnings drive their price, or, positive or negative. I think, while Bitcoin is not reporting an earning, it's an event that may change its price. So let's see, maybe, this last week there is a run up. I wasn't expecting it, though. I feel like we're kind of topping off right now, but let's see. Good play on the ETH, Baggy Champ. Feels good to hold the GUEI, the GUE. What's that mean? But yeah, okay. Shout out to Niagara. I know I think Niagara was a Litecoin maniac as well, too. I dumped these lights. I went in straight to the ETH. And being that it's under $200, I said it this morning in this morning's video. Guys, I've been posting videos in the morning. I'm not sure if you guys have checked it. I do like 5-minute videos in the morning when I take a little ride to get some coffee or whatnot. And, I kind of do a little recap and touch base with you guys before I go on live. I'm not sure if you guys have been seeing that. I noticed that the views on those videos are a lot less than the live streams, which is expected. But, look out for those. But as I said this morning, I feel like everything under $200 for Ether is worth stacking. It's tough for me to see Ether under $200 if and when and if they actually roll out this proof of stake. And as I said in that video, I heard that they actually launched a multi-testnet for proof of stake on Ethereum already. So that's good. Buy the rumor, in my opinion. GUE are what days are to BTC, or GUE or are to, okay. I never even heard that term. GUEI or GUE or GUI. Johnson says GUI is Ethereum. Oh, okay. So, the GUI is like a sat on Ethereum. I get it. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that, or a GUI or a GUE or a GI. I get it. I'm hoping for a scarcity for physical Bitcoin at the exchanges after the halving. Might go nuts like U.S. oil. I mean, I don't know. That's a good point. Is there going to be scarcity of physical Bitcoin on the exchanges? I would imagine, right? Like if you're depositing it into the air exchange, they're probably going and using that Bitcoin, sticking it somewhere else to try to earn gains on it. Well, in the situation of Binance, we know that there's margins and stuff like that, and you can lend your crypto to them. So you're right. Maybe there is that's why we say 1,000 times, don't leave your crypto on the exchanges, because you don't know what they're doing with it. If you don't hold the keys, it's not your Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, bada bing. You put it in some account, and you don't know what's going on. You don't know. Now, I don't think it's going to go nuts like U.S. oil, but there could be something, Jigger Roams. You're right. That's a point, and that's why we always says don't leave your coins on the exchange. You never know. They may, it's happened even with Coinbase. Like if there's crazy trading, all of a sudden they'll just, put a halt on trading for an hour or two, and then you can't withdraw your Bitcoin or your crypto, and then you got to wait a few hours, sometimes 24 hours. Then you got to wait for confirmations for the transactions. Before you know it, you could be a day or two waiting for your coinage. So, you want to hold the bags and you hold them. That's the whole point of crypto, being your own bank. Joey Ray says you call them your morning run. Yeah, the videos I'm doing in the morning. Just wanted to add a little more content for you guys. Being that we're locked down, I got a little bit more time. Just throw out at least a couple videos. When I first started the channel, I was booming like 3 videos a day. And I, granted, those videos were a lot more specific, like 3 ways to do this, or, they were targeted for replayability. Now we're just, going with the flow, trading what we have in front of us. But it's always nice to have more videos. Looks like Vitalik has received the supplements, says Passive Crypto Show. It looks like he got the creatine and the testosterone Sipinate that the boomer sent to him in the care package. Ether now appearing to go over $200. We're at 197. Yeah, this thing's going to crack 200. This thing is going to crack 200. A GUI is also called a nano ether, or simply nano to denote the 9th power of the fractional ETH. Okay. Nano ether, I think I've heard of that. And when you spell it GWEI, I've seen that one more than I've seen the GUEI. So thanks for clarifying that. Let's run down these prices again, guys. Bitcoin there at 77.51, Ether at 197, Ripple there at 20 cents. Ripple making movements up 5% today. I don't care about Rip. Bitcoin Cash there at 242. Satoshi Vision's garbage. Litecoin still slim at $44. Binance at 1639. EOS at 274. Tezos making movements at 280. Tezos making movements. Don't sleep on Tezos. Thing is gaining. Stellar also gaining weight. Stellar, Ripple's little cousin, up 10% today. Can anybody explain to me why Stellar has been making movements like this? Chainlink is also up there to $3.70. Cardano up 4%. Cardano recently launched a new update with the Daedalus. It seems like that's positively impacted its price, now at 4 cents. And Monero at $63. Leo at 105. Okay, so so far so good. Let's see if there's any major gainers, major losers here. We got Unibright, never heard of it. It's up 22%. You got AAV, I've never heard of that one either. Hyperion, Stellar's the one. And look at Decentraland. I like Decentraland. That's another ETH token. And this is a virtual reality world where you could buy land or whatnot. We've been speculating on this one. We've had it in our portfolio a few times. And I like this coin. I think that the gaming industry is one that I'm watching. And I've said this last year, watch for the gaming, decentralized exchanges, decentralized finance. There's sectors of the blockchain industry that promise growth. And let's see. Decentraland, I like it. Tezos is up. Ripple, Ontology, Tron, Cardano. Let's see if there's any deals and steals. Hive. Oh, right. So there's finally a Hive token? You know that the Hive and Steam. Hive is the Steam. Is the Steam fork? No, Hive is trading more than Steam, huh? if you had Steam in your wallet while it forked, I believe you have Hive, and you can claim it. Let's see. Where are they trading this Hive thing at? Huobi and Binance. Well, and Binance. Nice. Okay. Let me see if they let's see if our bro Main Event knows anything about this Hive. We've been following this on the sidelines. Steam, the decentralized social media platform, had a bit of a quarrel once Justin Sun, the owner or the leader of Tron, the CEO of Tron, he purchased Steam Incorporated, which held a large stake of Steam tokens. The community wasn't happy about that, so they forked, created basically a clone of Steam that includes all the Steam coins minus those that were held by the Steemit Incorporated. So it's like the same blockchain minus their token, so that so that Justin Sun wouldn't have any influence on what they're doing. So Hive listed at Binance yesterday. And just noticed it on Binance. So that's interesting. I may start posting on Hive because, my understanding is just a fork. I already probably have Hive tokens. So if you were sitting on Steam, you already have Hive, is my understanding. It pumped huge, says Johnson Cackery. Yeah, I just noticed it's trading on Binance. I didn't know that. So that's a good look. Let's see. Let's check out the stocks here. Twitch is running. Look at Twitch running ads. Walmart, Amazon. We got some big outfits running ads on the Brave browser, guys. If this is not an indication of potential growth coming down the pipelines, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I like blockchain tech that's actually being used in a business sense. Like BAT tokens, this is actually being used. These ads are driving traffic to landing pages that could convert into actual real sales. The Binance token serves as a utility to the Binance exchange, which actually makes revenue through the exchange of cryptocurrencies. The same with these decentralized exchange tokens like Kyber. The FTX is the derivatives exchange. Like, these tokens that have a model behind them that they actually make some money. I'm looking at those, and we have been. And that's the majority of our altcoin portfolio virtually. Let's go back here to these indices. S&P at 2,900. This thing is gaining weight in the midst of the highest unemployment in I don't know how many years. Half the economy's not moving. The stocks keep going up. If this is not an indication of how phony and manufactured and managed this economy is, I don't know what else to tell you. Do you think that they're going to lose? I don't know, guys. I wouldn't bet against them right now. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, there's a lot of people that are waiting on the sidelines for the whole thing to crash and burn. Listen, I'm dealing with what I have in front of me, and what I have in front of me here is that they continue to pump the markets. This thing we may even see all-time highs this year in the stocks again. Okay, it's as twisted and bizarre as that may be. So, whether you like it or not, these guys are just pumping and pumping and pumping. They're buying everything. Okay, the Fed is buying it all. Everything, guys. So, look out for that. Ride the wave. And whether it goes up or down, we're here looking for the opportunity, guys. S&P's up, Dow's up, crude oil is up, but it's still low at $13. I won't be surprised if crude oil closes negative next month. If there's no one using this oil, they still have a high supply. So look out for those tanker companies that went and picked up the oil and their stock went up. Bonds are down 5% today, but it's still over 0.6. So let's see. Got to keep an eye on this. You can see talking about those tankers. Look, Nordic American Tankers Limited. I just mentioned it. Look at it, up 15%. It's because they're storing oil. You got the stocks up. Cryptos are in the basically sideways. Listen, S&P is slightly in the green. Bitcoin slightly. It looks like Bitcoin's starting to lose some of that steam from its 5-day bull run. So look out for that. If we see a drastic pullback down to like 75, I would say that the run for the halving is over. But we don't know yet because we're still in the middle of it, and it hasn't pulled back. It's still in a run upwards. Here's the 5-day. You can still see we're up. But if this thing kind of like pulls back dramatically and like goes down like to 74, I would say that the run may be over. But up until then, it's all system go up until this halving. Once again, it's 13 days to the halving. We're right there. Big week coming up for the Bitcoin halving. For the price, at least next week. But I think we're in the thick of it right now. And see, like the last week, we may be seeing some sell-offs, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, the anticipation grows in the last week. We never know. I mean, it certainly happens on the earnings on some of these some of these stocks. Trump ain't letting the market die before elections. No, that's what I'm saying. Do you think that the Federal Reserve and the Treasury are just going to let it all crash and burn? They're actually getting stronger. They're issuing more debt, and the dollar is stronger now than it was before. Okay, as twisted and bizarre as that sound, it's probably, not right, but it's what's happening. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Let's, call it for what it is, and whether we like it or not, I really doubt that they're going to let this thing crash and burn. I think, to me, it's like they're dollarizing the world. All the other currencies are getting weaker. And, everybody needs a bailout now from Big Daddy, which makes them stronger. They have more people dependent on them. It's just more strength. Joey Ray says everyone's using their stimulus checks to buy stock. Let's see. I mean, it looks like the stocks are the only thing that's actually going up. Stocks have gone up more than Bitcoin has since its low in March. So, I mean, like I said yesterday, I wouldn't be, hodling the stocks, but I'm riding some of these waves. What do you think the market's going to go, guys? Like, so many people think the market's going to go down. Like, it will go down if they don't do anything. But do you think they're going to stop making fake money? Come on, guys. Think about it. It's like a drug addict. Think of the system like a big drug addict. It's getting more, it needs more and more drugs to keep it going. Doesn't matter, fake money, go. It just keeps consuming. It's there. You think they're just going to be like, guys, let's abstain from, making any more money, and let's be, let's let the market correct itself. Let's let the market be free and correct itself. Come on, guys. Do you think that they're going to let that happen? I don't. Nobody wants to be in charge while things correct, when the market corrects itself and people actually feel some pain. Nobody wants to be there. So they're going to continue to manufacture and pump the fake money printer until the wheels fall off. And the wheels are not falling off right now because the dollar's strong and the military's there until it's not. Okay. But show me what the alternative is. That's the thing. Don't tell me Bitcoin, guys. The Bitcoin is not an alternative to the USD right today. Okay, it's not. In fact, you are valuing your Bitcoin in US dollars. Until that reverses and inverses, then I don't know what else to say. Until you're saying, how many Bitcoins is a dollar worth? You see what I'm saying? They bought mortgage, says Joey Raid. They bought mortgage. I don't know what you mean by that. But, if you're saying the Fed's buying everything, guys. The Fed right now is about to start bailing out like counties, municipalities, states. They're about to own states, which is wild. So welcome to the, you want socialism, it's here. Everything's getting nationalized, guys. This is like, Venezuela all over again. Let's check out these headlines. Am I sharing my screen? Yeah, I am. Oil swings widely, touches 1986 levels. Dysfunction in the oil markets intensified. And listen, I think we can afford the oil to be, down. Oil is not our number one source of revenue. It isn't. It is for Venezuela and Iran And I'm reading the papers too. Like, there's more people getting indicted from Venezuela. I just heard that they locked up the former Treasury of Department of Treasury of Venezuela, got locked up for 10 years for money laundering. They seized all his assets. They've been locking up a bunch of people from Venezuela. When Kim's health status is revealed, the world will be surprised. Let's see. There's rumors. I don't know. Joey says they're doing a pump and dump. They're doing whatever they want. That's the bottom line, guys. They got control. They got control of the situation. They got the money printers, and even more important, they got the military behind them. The strongest military, guys. Whether you like it or not, whether you think it's right, you need to look at it for what it is. Joey Ray says a few weeks ago they bought mortgage stocks from crashing. No, yeah, it's not just mortgage, Joey. It's everything. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not just buying more. They're outright probably even buying stocks directly. And if not, they're giving money to the Wall Street banks, which in turn are buying the stocks. How do you think that look at the top of Wall Street Journal, Dow Jones, up, green, S&P, green, NASDAQ, green, 10-year, green, crude oil, green, euro, green. In the middle of a pandemic with the consumption of oil down more than 50%, more than half the business is shut down, yet everything's in the green. Like, come on, guys. So instead of complaining, ride the wave. Where do you think things are going? The market reports more job losses. Do you think the stocks are going to go up or down? Come on, guys. Deal with what you have right in front of you. I don't know how many times we could put it to you guys. It's one of the biggest revelations that I've had in the past year. You can stop dreaming and, Satoshi's here to save us and the Santa Claus. Guys, right here, just deal with what you have. John says soon Bitcoin will be bearish. Kaboink. Well, I've been calling this. I said, we're in the middle of a bull run right now. Things are strong for Bitcoin and until they're not. Until they start selling off after this event. Because let's be honest, after this halving event, and, what's going to be the real reason to hold Bitcoin? It's not a store of value, okay? We already identify that. The stocks rebounded faster than Bitcoin did. Bitcoin lost more weights than the stocks did. So it's not a store of value right now. Maybe in the future, maybe in 5 years, That's cool, and conceptually that's all cute. But today, right now, is what I'm talking about. Joey says you're so right. Yeah. I mean, they're buying it all, guys. It's a fake system. They got a money printer, and they could buy everything. They're about to buy like the states. These you understand? These states are their revenues down. They're not issuing traffic citations and tickets. They're not making money. Nobody's really making money. Everything's frozen. And they're going bankrupt. There was, I think McConnell was already talking about letting states go bankrupt. What does that mean? Are they going to be able to pay their state pensions? So while all that happens, the Fed just keeps buying and buying and buying. And again, they want to own it all. This is monopoly, guys. The monopoly game should have told you what's the name of the game. Own everything. Own it all. Just buy it all. Boardwalk and the rest of them, all of them, buy it. So if that's not clear to you, I don't know what else to say. And then you got the Q-tards that still think that, that he's going to lock everybody up and that we're going to go on the gold standard. It's probably the most naive thing I've ever heard. It's more naive in believing that Satoshi was actually here to just save everybody. And I'm sorry to break it to you guys because, I was following the Q story as well. And listen, it's romantic. And I want him to lock up the bad guys. And I want a honest system. But John says, when I say you own, I ask, do you have it on a website or hard wallet? Yeah, if you don't have it in your hands, if you don't have the keys, you don't own it. If you're leaving it on an exchange, it's not yours. Somebody else is holding your bags. You're letting another man hold your bag. It's basically what you do with the bank. You let another man hold your bag. Okay? That's not what the crypto etho is. Same thing with the metals, guys. It's cool to have paper metals and you could trade on the ETFs and everything. But, when shit hits the fan, do you have the silver and the gold in your hand? You should have something in your hand. And I've been saying this. Make sure you have a little cash on your hand. Make sure you have something on your hand. You got to have some food, water, cash, stuff in your hand just in case things get funny bunny. I mean, listen, it's not like we didn't see lines at the grocery store and supplies get low. Guys, toilet paper was in high demand. So make sure that you have, something that you can hold on your hard wallet, on your website, on your hands, in your bag. And then, of course, you can make movements. Like, I'm still, listen, I got a little G-Pack over there on Robinhood that I'm doing little swings on. And, if it all crashes and burns, I understand the risk that I'm taking. But I'm not holding a whole Bitcoin or two for the long term on an exchange. I'm not doing that. Shout out to John, Joey, and the rest of the boomers out there, guys. Let me check out so we checked out these oil swings wildly. We already see that. Coronavirus, lockdowns ease. Who urges caution? We don't need to pay attention to the who. Who is the who? Get them out of here. They're not elected by the U.S. people. Let's see what Market Watch has to say. Coming greater depression of the 2020s. Yes, a lot more people are going to lose their job, and the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. You're going to see major companies get stronger and smaller businesses get wiped out. Okay, the big companies, they get the bailouts directly. You think they got to go to Congress for a stimulus? Guys, the Fed is throwing out so much money, but when it comes to the people and the small businesses, they got to get it approved and all this stuff. Come on, guys. Watch 3M today, guys. 3M is reporting. We may see a little run up on 3M. Actually, let me show you the infographic of the companies that are reporting earnings this week. You got 3M already reported, UPS, Pfizer, Pepsi. Caterpillar is doing good. I think Caterpillar exceeded his expectations. JetBlue is probably down, Merck and British Petroleum. And this afternoon, after the close, you got AMD, United, Starbucks, iRobot, Pay.com, FireR, and others. You can see this all on your screen right now. Later on this week, we're going to be seeing the big hitters like Microsoft, Facebook. I'm looking at eBay. I want to see if maybe eBay, you see, Visa, McDonald's. I mentioned McDonald's. So, keep an eye on this. Toilet paper is a culture ignorance. For example, England had the tea aisle empty. A lot of countries follow you. You laughed about it. Europe's country had toilet shortage. Toilet paper, it's funny. There's something there with this toilet paper shortage. And I feel like it's, in a way, the powers that be kind of trolling the lower classes. It's kind of a troll to a certain extent. Like, look where we got you. You're scrambling for toilet paper. It's kind of twisted. Boeing is actually gonna report there tomorrow morning. So I got my eyes on this. I did a play yesterday on Costco, an option on Costco, short play, risky one, and let's see, it's already up. Costco's been doing well. But back to what I was saying, what you're seeing is like consolidation of currencies, consolidation of major corps, and big people. The big guys are going to get bigger, and the small guys are either getting bought out or they're going to get just wiped out. So we're in a new world, guys. Slice Keeper says eBay hasn't shut down for now, but resellers can't find inventory, so hopefully normal start to use the platform. I think that eBay is going to report gains. I think e-commerce is up. People are actually spending stimulus money online. People are spending their money stupidly online. And, about finding inventory. That could be that could be a fact for newer products. You know, they may be finding some supply issues with some inventory, but you also got to expect as people get more broke, they're going to have to start selling secondhand products. You see what I mean? So a platform like eBay, I don't think is going anywhere. In fact, I think it may even gain weight. So let's see. They're going to report earnings on Thursday. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see. You know, maybe we're right, we're wrong. We'll find out on Thursday. It makes sense because most people are at work and buildings use a different type of toilet paper while homes have the softer name brand. The shortages are also due to the company unprepared for demand. I don't know. I think you're looking deep into it. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I think that it's a troll of some sort. I don't think that it's really low in demand, but I don't know. And I don't care. I got toilet paper, and spending my time trying to figure out the toilet paper paradox is probably not the best use of time. If there's a supply shortage, then less items sell. Exactly. I think new apps gain more. There could be a supply shortage for some new products, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. But even with that, secondhand products are going to be selling. You got to understand, secondhand products will sell, and there could be more secondhand products selling. So the supply of secondhand products could grow. Think about the majority of people have most of their life given to work, and the workplace has industrial toilet paper. That's a point. But that being said, that means if that's true, then there should be a higher supply of toilet paper. If people in industrial places are not using it, there should be more of that toilet paper available for retail. Food industry's in danger. Listen, I've heard that. I read that Tyson closed a few plants. I heard that that Smithfield closed a few plants. But I'll tell you this, on the ground, this week I'm seeing more food on the shelves than I did just like a couple weeks ago. It seems, listen, this week I'm seeing more people outside, more people wearing less masks, and more food on the shelves. That's what I'm seeing on the ground. Shout out to John, Joey, Ray, and Baby Champagne that is wilding out today. They're always screaming, which is fun. Sometimes you should just scream. Shout out to kids. They have no filters, They'll just scream when they want to, cry when they want to, do what they want. Let's check out CoinDesk, see if there's anything. Chinese city known for Bitcoin mining, 6 blockchain firms to burn excess hydropower. What's up with China? I heard they're starting their own blockchain coin. Slice Keeper says big agriculture is at its knees. Opportunity for the mom and pop setups? ? Listen, in a logical society and in a free markets, that may be the truth, but mom and pops are getting obliterated in every industry. Is what I would expect. The big dogs will get bigger, and the small mom and pops are just going to get wiped out. Mom and pops will not survive in almost any industry, I would assume. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but now opportunities to local farms and as far as little farmers market and stuff like that. Maybe you will see more of that on one end, but the mom and pops are never going to be able to compete on. The mom and pops don't even have a supply chain. They don't have the distribution. I think that's not even a question. I know. I would love to see mom and pops beat big agriculture, but no. Food demand is up. Ignorance is up. There will be a second pandemic worse than this. I respect preppers because we all low-key preppers. Yeah, well, low-key, yeah, you're right. I mean, I think we all have some sort of a prepper element to us, especially if you got into Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin had like a type of prepper element, just in case, this falls to the ground, we got Bitcoin. And unfortunately, Bitcoin didn't prove to be what what it was set up to be, but that's okay. Jigger Rome says, I'm going to give growing microgreens a try. Yeah, I've definitely talked positively about growing your own food. I mean, I think everybody should have something small, but as far as like competing in a marketplace, mom and pop like that, I don't think so. If mom and pops can't save us, then what's the alternative? Social programs. I mean, the alternative is already here, Slice Keeper. We're already deep in the world order. It's like you don't get your stuff from mom and pop places. You go to like the main grocery store, or the majority do. Okay, there's still a few little, farm stands around here and there. And I've taken the kids, we do the little strawberries and stuff like that. But as far as like mass scale, mom and pops are done with a long time ago. And they're going to be in the decline in the coming future even more. Social programs, yeah. I mean, like, as much as I hate to admit it, we already in a situation that there's a bunch of social programs. I mean, like, even the farmers are getting subsidized for I don't know how many years now. And as far as social programs, I mean, the banks are getting bailed out. That's a social welfare. That's a social program. Guys, we're already in social. There is no capitalism or free market. It's funny because when you get these lefties, they're like, oh, you see, this is proof that the free markets are bad and capitalism. Look how these execs keep making more. That's not free market capitalism. Bailouts for big companies, stimulus checks to the people. This is far from free markets. If the supply chain fails, what could we do? Yeah, what could you do is feed yourself. Absolutely, yeah. I don't think the supply chain is going to fail, though. There's a lot of. I was mentioning there's a lot of people that want, or that they are scared of a complete like. There's people that are freaked out, in other words. And like, I was hearing the articles of reading some headlines of like how this corona could travel through the air outside. And there's always going to be stories of how it could be worse. I've already heard about how there's going to be food shortages. We heard about how the corona was going to kill millions of people. You got to understand there's an element that's always exaggerated. And I think that, the recent talk about food supply is exaggerated. Now, there is a shortage in food supply because when you go to the store, not everything's on the shelves. That's obvious. But is it going to completely like cut off or anything? I don't think so. Jig Rome says these stimulus checks are conditioning us to ease off Uncle Sam's hands like single mothers. Right. They're building the welfare state. And you can see that when unemployment for so many is more beneficial than actually going to work. They're making more money with unemployment in many cases than they are by just working. When you factor in the $600 federally plus the state benefits, many people are making more than $1,000 per month by claiming unemployment as opposed to some of their jobs where they were making, $12 an hour. Okay. I know that's not the case for everyone, but that's a case for a lot of people. But yeah, growing greens and having a little bit on your own. Listen, I've been saying this for I don't know how long. Get a little chicken coop, have a few chickens. These chickens can lay about an egg a day. You got a few of them. I mean, the eggs to me are like the best bang for your buck. Like, you could be growing broccoli, but you can't survive off that, guys. You need some fats and protein, guys. Okay, you want to be eating like a rabbit in the middle of a pandemic, or you want some protein. So there you go. Shout out to Original Copy. Says, Champ, I had the Rona and I beat it. Congratulations. I'm at work now. LOL. People need to stay home if they're scared or if they're immune compromised. Let me drop a bomb for Original Copy. A survivor out there. Copy, did you actually have the test or you're assuming? Either way, congratulations. I'm glad you're healthy. And he's back at work now. And, and you're right. If people are scared or you're concerned, then don't go out. Slice Keeper's making a interesting point. I think you're maybe right. The food will be there, but the prices will not be affordable at normal economic standards. That may be more of the case than food shortages. Let's see, though. Let's see. You know, right now we're not experiencing hyperinflation. We're still in a period of deflation. Okay, so we're not in a hyperinflation period yet. Copy said he had the test. He had 100% had it. Oh, all right. Well, congratulations. I'm glad that you're strong and that you're back at work. Let me drop this is the first boomer that we know directly here that actually experiences this. So original copy, a name that we've seen here for years now, has confirmed that he got the corona test. He had the coronavirus. He has recovered and he's back at work. And he's letting us know that if you're scared, you should stay home. There you go. Derek took the test. He got a negative. Yeah, but copy, he had it. He had it 100%. And he's recovered. And thank God. God bless. John says, if the deal was free healthcare and free school, what's so bad about raising tax a bit to balance out the system? I don't want to be forced to be giving out, paying for other people's healthcare and free school. Okay. I don't want to force anybody to be paying for other people's things. People should be taking care of their own stuff. Okay. You know, that's what's bad about it. You're forcing people to pay for other people's things. So, you know, where what limit, you know? So it starts with healthcare, free school. What else do I got to do? Do I got to go wipe your ass too? At what point am I stop being responsible for other people? You see what I'm saying? That's the thing with the centralized states. It's like, oh, you make too much money. You got to give it to this person. Oh, you know, you got to pay tax so that everybody can get healthcare. You got to pay so that everybody can go to school. You got to pay for this, for that. At what point is it like, yo, you know, maybe I don't got to pay. Maybe you got to pay for yourself and worry about your own stuff. So no, I don't want free healthcare. I don't want free school. I want to pay it on my own. And I don't care about Finland. Okay? I'm talking about the USA. We're not Finland out here. We're not a small little country that, you know, has the same type of people. We're way different. We have different cultures out here. It's way different. This is not Finland. And if you want to live like Finland, go over there to Finland. I agree. We need higher taxes for this new system we are entering. I don't want any higher taxes. Okay. But listen, that's obviously what's going to happen. How do you think they're going to pay for all this stimuli and all this bailouts? They're going to tax you more. That's the bottom line. Say, yeah, free healthcare and free school, but now you got to pay 70% tax. Now, I don't want it, John. I don't want you to help me to pay the free healthcare or anything. How about you keep your money, I keep mine. And if we want to donate, we could do it on our own accord. If I want to be, giving, I should be able to do it on my own. I have to be forced to, pay for somebody else. Get out of here. It means you're trusting the guys that can't get most things right. No thanks. Exactly. Give your money to someone else that can't. Listen, the same government that put this economy into the shithole, you want to pay them to take care of you? Come on, guys. You trust these people? Like, they told you to stay home because millions of people were going to die. That didn't happen. None of the models were accurate. 0 models were accurate. All of them were exaggerated. Every single one that I saw has been exaggerated. All of them, okay? All of them. And you want to trust these people with your money so that they can give you service? Come on, guys. Get out of here. You're wrong. I have the facts. I do keep it, and minimum wage is high. It isn't forced. It is forced when it's funded by taxes. Taxes is forced. If I have to pay the tax, that's a force. That's, come on. How else are you going to be paying for free healthcare and free schools? Through tax. I don't want to be taxed for that. Excuse me. How about you pay for it, John? I don't want to pay for it. If you like the Finland model, go to Finland. Not in the USA. I don't want that. People want Big Daddy to help them out for everything, guys. A handout, a handle, At what point are you going to get up, okay, and move out of your parents' house and stop getting help from your parents? Because that's basically what it is. It's like the whole society, the citizens are like children running to their parents, oh, could you help me with this and help me with that? At what point are you going to say, you know what? I'm going to handle things on my own, right? Taxes should be voluntary like donations. For the most part, listen, I understand that at some point you need to tax. I mean, how are you going to pay for some roads and whatnot? But income tax doesn't pay for the street lights and the roads and the stuff that you see outside. Income tax pays the interest that the Fed collects on the debts that they issue to the people. Okay, so throw income tax out the box. I understand that there's property taxes and that's how you pay for some schools or stuff. I get it. There's some tax. I get it. You can't have a perfect world, but I want that as least as possible. Slice Keeper says, dude, there's no way we can get back to the capitalism we were used to forever. We were never in a capitalistic society. Okay. We've been off the gold standard since the 70s. Okay, so you probably never even witnessed any capitalism in your time. Derek says there's state income tax. Not in all the states, though. Not every state has state income tax. John says you have classical American ignorance with no evidence in fact. Well, you have a classic idea that all you got to do is pay a little bit more and we can kumbaya. Okay, listen, I don't need you to help me. I need the Lord to help me. Okay, I don't need more taxes. I don't need that. How about you stay over there and I stay over here? But that's the thing with communist type of mentality, this collective globalized mentality. It's that they want to impose their thinking on you. Look, I'm telling John, listen, go do your thing. I want to stay here. Leave me alone. But here comes John trying to impose his ideas and telling me I'm ignorant and that I got to think like him. Listen, I'm not trying to impose my ideas on John. John's trying to impose his ideas on me. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. John, listen, if you want to help the guys that need help, then go ahead and donate to them. Do it on your own accord, but don't force me to do it. Because what if I started forcing you to pay for something else that you didn't want to pay for? And then I'll call you ignorant for it. You see what I'm saying? No, the ignorant one is you. You're the one that's ignorant because you're trying to get me to pay for your stuff by calling me ignorant. Get out of here. Get out of here. Honestly, get out of here. One more ignorant comment, you're out the box. And I'll show you how ignorant the Americans can really be. Get out of here with that stuff. I'm not paying for your stuff. You're bashing other countries and it's not ideas, it's facts. I don't care about Finland. I don't want anything to do with them. You're trying to impose somebody else's ideas on me. You understand that? I don't care. I'm not bashing other countries. I just don't want that for me. I don't think there's a problem with have a state solution for those that need or want it, but a mandated one that is not perform based is horrible, obviously. But listen, I'm all for being charitable. If you want to, you should be charitable. That's fine. If you really want to help people, then go ahead and do it. Then give all your money, John. How about you give it all? Okay? Because it's never going to be too much, right? It's never going to be enough either. I don't bash other countries. I don't care. That's the thing. I don't want to live in Finland. CryptoZilla knows someone that left Finland because he couldn't make a business that wasn't taxed to death. Right. But people that want help and they want health care and they want free school, they're not the type of people that make businesses. They're not the type of people that take a risk. They're the type of people that want other people to do things for them. They're the type of people that complain and call you ignorant so that they can get you to pay for their stuff so they can stay home and just relax. Or maybe just do a job that they're passionate about. How about that? I'm American born in Miami. You're generalizing your opinion on Finland. Nobody gives their money in Finland. I don't have an opinion on Finland under that I don't want to live there. So, you know, you sound corny and is bashing when you have no understanding of it. I have plenty of understanding that I don't want to be paying for other people's things. How about that? John, you owe me $5 just for being in this chat box. If you want to continue speaking here, you owe me $5. I'll give you 5 minutes. If not, I'm going to waste you out the box because you can't be a citizen here no more. I'm going to force you to pay now to participate. Just like Finland or some other countries force people to pay for other people's things. So, John, you owe me $5 if you want to keep talking smack here. If not, I'm going to throw you out the box because you need to pay your tax. John's going to get taxed now because he's talking so much crap. Guys, Derek owes me 20, but John owes me 5. John, and if you keep up with it, it'll be 10. I'm gonna give you a citation, just like communists would do, because you're not falling in line. You owe me money. Give me that $5, John. Slice Keeper sees a $1 trillion platinum coin. They're thinking of doing that. That's just for asking for Venezuela. Yeah, that's how free education goes, guys. See, John don't like that I'm asking him for $5 to participate in this chat box. You don't like it, right? But I'm going to force it upon you to stay here. If you want your ideas to circulate here, you need $5. That's the tax. Just for you, though. Not for Slice Keeper or CryptoZilla. I'm going to just say for John only. Let's behave like a communist state and see how that goes. You don't pay nobody. Look at him. Now he don't want to pay nobody. When you live in Finland, you're going to have to pay the Finland government. John Dango is not paying anybody. But yet he wants me to pay for health care and free schools. You see how these people are? Ridiculous. He'd rather have the state come take it from him. Exactly. John, you owe me $5. What time is it? 10:45? At 10:47, if you haven't paid your $5, you're going to get a citation. I'm dead ass right now. Like I said, you're just hating on those countries while you pay for expensive insurance. I'm hating. You pay the American government, right? I'm forced to. Exactly. And I don't like it. I'm forced to pay the American government, right? With threat of being incarcerated if I don't pay. And now I'm forcing you to pay $5 to this channel with a threat of being wasted. It's just a threat. It may or may not be real. It may be for entertainment purposes. It's just having fun. $10:46. You got 1 more minute. Derek, you owe me 22. I'm not paying nobody. It's funny. As soon as I gotta pay. No. Not me. That's the next guy. And why would I pay $5 to this channel? I mean, where's it really gonna go? It's not gonna do anything. Right. Champ is saying don't ask the government. That's all I'm saying, guys. Don't ask the Big Daddy. That's all. Don't ask Big Daddy. I'm not against being charitable, helping people at all. But when you force it in the tax is where it's wild to me. And I guess, the argument here is like, well, you're already paying taxes, might as well. But that only equates to a more slippery slope. And if we're going to go ahead and increase the benefits, we're going to have to increase the taxes. That's obvious. Yeah, wants you to pay the government, they'll take care of you. What's the difference from the U.S.? We pay way more. Did you ask for your stimulus or food stamp? No, I didn't. I didn't ask for my stimulus or my food stamp. And in the U.S., you do not pay way more than some of these other socialist countries. I think that some of these people, you're paying like 70%. Now, we can go ahead and compare this and that. The point is, I don't want to pay any more. I don't want to pay any more. And I don't want anybody to tell me what I have to pay. And Derek's right. I pay way more in taxes than we got in stimulus. Exactly. You pay $1,200. You get $1,200 in a stimulus. How much did you pay in taxes in the past 5 years? And those, I'm talking about income tax. I'm not talking about the state, the sales tax. I'm not talking about the income, property tax. I'm talking about income tax. Income tax. That income tax only goes to pay interest to a bank. It doesn't go to build the roads or anything like that. You want the roads to be built in your neighborhood? That's property taxes. Let's get this guy John out the box. He hasn't paid his money. He's not being a good citizen of the box here. We're trying to redistribute his wealth. And, you know, what I'll do, actually, John, I'm going to charge you 10. Okay, it's not going to go to me. It's going to go to the most needy people in this chat box. So I'll give you another minute. It's 10:48. I'm changing the terms. I'm going to make it a little bit more favorable to you because let's help the small guy. Okay, John Dango owes $10 to the population of the chat box because that money is not going to me. I'm going to give that money to Derek, to CryptoZilla, and to other people that may need it here because, you know, these guys got hit as well. Derek may need help. Derek, CryptoZilla. So I'm not begging for money. I'm demanding that you give it to me. I'm not begging you for anything. I'm telling you, you owe me the money right now. I'm not begging you for anything, John. You owe me $5, $10 actually, $10 so that I can redistribute to the rest of the population. It doesn't go to me. I'm going to take the 10. I'm going to redistribute the wealth here. So if you're not up to redistributing this wealth, then you're just talking smack. You're just talking smack. Give your $10 to those that are in need. If not, get out of here. 10:49, time's ticking. Derek McLean needs help. So does CryptoZilla. And who else is here? Slice Keeper. I mean, these guys took hits out there. They could use some help. $10 so we could redistribute to the boomers out here. They're in need. Time's ticking here. Slice Keeper says airdrop some Cardano. Yeah, and if you don't have any USD, we'll accept crypto. We can redistribute crypto as well. It's not going to the channel. It's going to the viewers of the channel. The viewers of the channel, that they need help. They need some help, guys. They need healthcare. They need school. So as soon as John pays his tax, we can get on with the show. This is exactly how socialism works, right? So let's give him a taste of his own medicine. $10 you need to pay right now so that we could distribute to everybody, so we can go on with the show. We can't stop. We can't even continue the show without the $10. John Dango keeps talking smack, but he hasn't gave the $10 because he doesn't want to help the box, apparently. Do you want to help people or not, John? Because we got people here in need. So are you going to help them or not? Are you going to be a good citizen? You owe $10 and you're already late, so now you're going to owe $11. We need to redistribute it to the rest of the people here in the box so we can get the show going. And you're here calling me ignorant. But the ignorant one is you if you don't want to help people, right? If you don't want to help people, the ignorant one's you. So I'm dead ass, John. I'm going to redistribute. And as a matter of fact, let me up the ante. You owe me $11 and I'll match your $11. I'll put $22, a total of $22 in the fund, and I'll redistribute $22 here to everybody. This guy still thinks I'm begging. I'm far from begging. You're being commanded. Okay? This is an order from Champagne. This is a direct order for Champagne. If you violate the order, you're no longer a citizen of this chat box. There is no begging here. One more minute, guys. I'm upping the ante here. If he puts 11, I'm going to match the 11, and $22 will be redistributed to those that are in need. We found who the commie is in the box. Look, classic American. That's someone that hates America. The commie has been exposed, guys. And when you force the commie to act, when you call him on his bluff, he's not going to do anything. I'm talking about it, though, John. I'll match you the same amount. 11 you put towards you super chat 11, and I'll throw 11 back out. Shit, I'll even double it. You throw me 11, I'll put 20. Now I just upped it. I'll put $30 if you just throw it down. I'm calling you out. Let's see if you really got the money. I'll put $20 down. This guy's retarded, guys. He's out of the box. So you see, I gave him enough time. He's out. John, see you later. CryptoZilla, do me a favor. Ban this guy for life. Didn't pay his tax. John Dango needs to move to Finland and stop calling Americans ignorant. He could have put his money where his mouth is, but he's just talking shit. If you're really about distributing wealth and helping people, you put up your money where your mouth is, because I'm telling you, I will match you double. So you put 11, I'll put $22. So we'll have $33 here to distribute to the rest of the box, and you just keep hating on America. You didn't do anything. You're broke. You're out of here. CryptoZilla, did you waste him or not? Because I still see this guy talking. We called him out. He's not really about anything. He's just talking. You see him. Call people out, guys. The next time people tell you something, call them out and say, are you really about it? Okay, let's do it then. Get out of here. Zilla, did you waste this guy or what? Oh, I could just block him right here. Boom, he's out of here. See you later there. You've been blocked and wasted for life. John out to go get his flu shot. So a little recap. John was promoting universal health care and free education. I told him who's going to pay for it. And he was calling me an ignorant American for believing that I shouldn't be forced to pay for other people's things. So I told him, hey, how about you pay me so that I can redistribute the wealth here to everybody else? Because there's people out here that took a hit. Okay, I'm sure some of you guys took a hit with this corona. Come on. But he didn't do it. He's not really about anything, guys. He's not going to put $5 to redistribute to here. 10. I upped the ante to $11. I would have doubled up his donation. I would have put 22. We would have had $33 to redistribute here, and we could have actually done something. But instead, this guy wanted to argue and call me ignorant. So, we go ahead. I already blocked him, Zilla. I caught him. I got it. Thanks a lot. So yeah, he went to go get his flu shot, and then he called me. Like, he said, "Why are you begging?" I said, "No, I'm begging. No, you've received an order from the champ. It's a beg. When the mayor or when Trump tells you got to stay home, is he begging you to stay home, or is he ordering you to stay home?" Yeah, he was basically saying universal socialism, and if you don't like it, you're an idiot. Yeah, socialists always want someone else to pay. That's right. I told him, okay, you want to redistribute wealth? Let's start it right now. Let's do it right now. I'll match you. I'll double you. And this guy stayed quiet. And I'm dead ass, guys. I'll throw the $20 and I'll match him. I'm not going to talk shit out here. I always back up what I say. Begging. When have I ever begged on this channel for anything, guys? Come on. In fact, I'm the one that was giving out Steam tokens for almost 2 years. To John's point, what if the insurance companies paid for it, for universal health care at least? What good are insurance companies if they have to pay out all those health and life claims? They're making profits. It's all a business. And listen, you could technically insure yourself. You're paying insurance every month, and most of the time you're not getting sick, Yeah, you force the insurance companies to pay for it. It's just like forcing anybody else. It's the same thing I was doing to John. I'm like, oh, you got to pay right now. And then he froze up. Well, you're begging. He couldn't do it. I'm not paying for nothing, he said. As soon as you start telling people directly, no, you got to pay. You're the one that needs to pay. And then all of a sudden they freeze. They're like, no, it's the big company. It's this. But you got to understand that, everybody feels the same way when the finger's pointed at them and saying, no, you got to pay the tax. So, no, profits dry up when claims have to be satisfied. That's right. But they run the numbers, and they're running the risk as well. They're in that business running the risk. Then you take the risk. Then you take the rewards. It's just the way it goes. Risk and rewards. I'm not saying it's good or bad or anything, but it is what it is. It's better than forcing someone to do something. We don't have a free market, Derek. We never did. There is not a free market right now. But I'm glad that I gave a perfect example of how communism and socialism works. It's like, well, why are you calling me out? I'm not paying you anything. No, not me. Why are you forcing me to, that's not fair. You're charging me $5, now $10 to stay in your chat box. That's not fair. That's not fair. Well, that's not fair to me when you're charging me this. Remember, guys, it's your opinion. It's like, you stay over there, I stay over here. Deal? That's the thing with these communists. They want to impose their ideas on you. Listen, John or anybody else, if you want to give all your money away, then do it. But that's not the case, because if that was true, you would have thrown that $11 for the redistribution of wealth today. But you didn't. Jigger Rome says, if I get sick, I'm going to Tijuana for some holistic therapy. Now, the risk is too high for even the average Joe, so insurance is even more expensive. Right? So, what you got to do? You got to make sure that you take it upon yourself to be healthy, to get vitamin D, to exercise. Those are your responsibilities, not the government's. Okay? So what you got to do is make sure that you stay competitive so that you don't have to be paying for the doc. Okay? You got to stay strong out there. Look at the world out there, guys. It's a savage world. It's not a utopia. It's not kumbaya. I'm sorry to break it to you guys. And for those that think that they could create a utopian system, they're dreaming. It doesn't exist. You want the perfect world, you need the Lord himself to come save us. We've already explained it 1,000 times. Man is fallen. It's sinful. Of course, everything is corrupted. The world is fallen. Once you realize that, you're not going to go ahead and start forcing people to act a different way. You got to show them the light and let them behave the way. The Lord doesn't come and force you to do anything. He gave you free will. The Lord didn't tax Adam. He told him, listen, you want to go ahead and do it? Then go ahead and do it. He didn't go and stop him from eating the apple. He didn't force him. He's like, well, you want to make the mistake, you're going to go. So even the Lord gives us free will. The Lord is more for freedom than the communists are. It's crazy, right? How long we been online? That was awesome. Someone should take a clip of that interaction and make its own video. But in a private insurance system, the companies are encouraged to not cover people with pre-existing conditions. Right. That's why you have laws and, you hold people to their contractual obligations. That's one role that I believe the government should have. It should be one that holds people to their contractual obligations. If you get into a contractual obligation and you're paying a insurance company a premium and they don't want to pay you, okay, that's a whole nother thing. And the pre-existing condition stuff, that I get it. There's not an incentive to cover people with pre-existing conditions. Now, listen, The system's not perfect. Not everybody's going to win. There's no way you're going to design a system that's going to help everybody. Okay? I'm sorry, It's like those people that don't want people to go back to work because they're scared that people are going to die. People are going to die regardless. Listen, we could be in quarantine for 5 years, 10 years. When we go outside, someone's going to get sick. Okay? So, we got to face the music. There's going to be losses out there, guys. I'm sorry. Not everybody's going to make it. There's always going to be people with pre-existing conditions. There's always going to be people that don't make it. I'm sorry. Okay? That sucks. That sucks. And I wish it wasn't like that. I wish we lived in heaven. I thought it was funny when he said, others think I'm right, but afraid to say so. I'm not afraid to say I'm not. Yeah, no, this guy, when he starts bashing like Americans, you see, it was like an archetype. He was putting me in like, oh, you're a typical American and this, like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm telling you, I don't want to pay for something, and then I'm telling you, you need to pay for something. And you responded the same way I responded. Oh, I'm not going to pay for that. So what's the difference? I don't want to pay for it, neither do you. Somebody else always got to pay for it. It's always somebody else. People don't want to take responsibility. That's what it is. It's like, again, it goes back to the children analogy. It's like kids. And it's part of the plan too, emasculate the strong men. Okay. Promote homosexuality, promote pornography, and just softened up to men to the point that, they're behaving like children, asking for handouts, asking for help, for safety. This is not what our ancestors are about. We're talking about warriors. Yeah, but then he said he's from Miami. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Like, I don't care where you're from Miami, I don't know, from Mississippi. It doesn't matter. Like, what was that about? Like, as I'm from Miami, so I don't care if you're from Miami. I don't care where you're from. And you're bashing Finland. I'm like, I'm not bashing Finland. I don't care about Finland. I have nothing to say about them. If you like their system, then go move over there. It's the same people. Like when Trump got elected, there was a bunch of people on social media saying, oh, if he gets elected, I'm moving to Canada. I'm leaving the U.S. Guys, not one single person moved from the U.S. because of Trump that I know of. I'm sure that you could find one, but none of these celebrities, none of these people on social media, they left. None of them left. None of them. Not a single one that I know of has left. Not a single person that I know of has moved over to Finland so that they can pay more taxes. Okay? These are the same people that 10 years ago were telling you how great socialism in Venezuela was. Yeah, I don't know what that Miami thing was about. Like, what does that mean? But yeah, that was a cool interaction. I'm glad that I said that. Now I'm retrospecting. I was like, that was pretty smart. Not even to pat me on the back. I was like, just flip it on right now. It was great. I liked how the champ handled that one. Now in retrospect, sometimes I'm like, oh, you got a little bit, out of hand, but that, like, calling him out to like donate on the spot was pretty good. I like that. Derek says, I think he was saying that because he was letting you know he's American. Okay, whatever. But he was saying he was American, but then he's like bashing America. It's like, you hate America, get out of here. It's real simple. There's so many people that hate America that are Americans. It's like, oh, I hate America and this and that. It's the white man. It's the corporation. It's this, that. It's like, if you don't like it, then get out of here. Just get out. Let's see if some of these other countries will open up the door for you. Amen to Robert. Have a good day as well. You did good, champ. You taught him a lesson in taxation, says Jigger Holmes. Yeah, I'm glad, that you agree. Because definitely that wasn't planned, but it just hit me. I was like, yeah, that was it. That was like the best way to respond to that, I think. Now maybe I got a little bit, loud, and I'm not the most tactful. I get it. I get a little riled up sometimes, and it's, just my character. But I'm not really that emotional. It's just I get excited. But yeah, I think that was a great lesson in taxation. It's like, oh, you're talking, you want to keep talking. Well, now you need to pay. It's the same thing in these countries. Like, oh, yeah. You want this? Okay, you got to pay so you could stay here. You can pay free healthcare, free this. You got to pay. You got to pay. Yeah. I don't know what anyone says. America is a great and amazing place to live, says Derek. Are you saying I don't know why or I don't know what? You obviously haven't lived anywhere else. But people are fighting to get here, man, because it's fucked up in other places. And I know you're out there in Chicago, and it could be fucked up around there as well. But there's some countries, man, it's messed up. You got to understand, why are people jumping in rafts to get here? Why are people, going on these long train rides through Central America, like sending their kids and stuff? It's because it's better than where they're at, guys. It's messed up in a lot of these places, man. I'll tell you that much. I understand the corruption of America, and I can see all the flaws, but I can see how it's a lot better in a lot of other places. We shouldn't be bailing out the cruise line. No one gets a bailout. It's just one of those things within the virus that creates a domino effect. Yeah, I don't think, I don't think that we should be bailing out anybody, but we will. Oh, okay. I thought you said, I don't know why anyone says, okay, I misread that. I thought you said, I don't know why anyone says America. You said, no, I'm saying I don't care what anyone says. America's a great and amazing place to live. Okay, yeah. So I agree. I thought you were saying the opposite. I know there's messed up things and we can complain, but I don't see anybody leaving. Okay, I don't see anybody leaving. There's a few people that have left, but the majority of people are staying. And in fact, there's people trying to come in. Okay, there's people trying to come in. There's more people trying to come in than out. So, yeah, I mean, listen, there's places in America, and it's not all kumbaya everywhere, and there's people struggling everywhere, okay? There's always haves and have-nots. There's never going to be a kumbaya society, guys. It's not going to happen. I agree with Slicekeeper, though. Nobody should be getting a bailout, but that's not the case, guys. The bailouts will continue. And that's why we're dealing with what we have in front of us, not what we hope or believe we should have. Listen, I'm against all the bailouts, and normally I'd be like, this United States of Socialist America, the way it's behaving, the bailouts and everything, this is horrible for the stocks. I'll say it's going down, but that's not the case. The case right now is that it's going up, contrary to what you would believe in. So we live in the clown world, inverse. Everything's flipped around. You just got to deal with what you have in front of you, and don't be a loser, okay? Don't be a loser, okay? And that mission of not being a loser is not achieved through somebody else. It's achieved through you, okay? $77.13. It looks like Bitcoin's kind of topping off here. It looks like Bitcoin may be topping off. I don't know. Let's see. I'm glad I took some profits. I'm taking little chips of the block. I told you guys, once it goes over 7, I'm taking a little chip over here, a little chip over there, dollar cost averaging on the sell. And then if we see a dip under, more towards the $6,000 range, maybe below 6, I may be buying back in. Now, I'll never sell the entire position. Absolutely not. I just feel like after hodling for some years, I think that's a good time to take some profits. I think the system we know and love is the same system responsible for this mess by printing money out of thin air and calling it debt. No, I don't think we love, I don't love the system that's printing money out of debt. Listen, it doesn't have to be love or hate, It's why don't we just look at it for what it is and deal with it? Like, do you go outside and hate the clouds or the trees? Like, it's like, one day it's raining, one day it's not. You don't get mad like you don't curse the clouds because one day it's raining or one day it's bright. You just roll with the punches. Hey guys, it's raining today. You know what? Tomorrow will be sunny. Today it's sunny. Hey, it may rain tomorrow. And that's it. You just deal with it day by day. And you listen, I don't like the rainy days. I don't like money printing out of thin air, calling it debt. So, what do? You build shelter, you have your umbrella, and you weather the storm. When it starts raining, you behave accordingly, and then you wait till the sun comes out. You don't go out there in the middle of the rain and get all wet. If you move aside. Socialism only works for a few very small percent. The rest suffer. I was living during socialism, and anyone who's saying socialism is great has no idea, says Albus. I agree with you. That's right. Show me where socialism works. It's just a small group of people that control the rest of everything. It's like, who wins? Just a small group. The people that control everything that becomes nationalized. And let me tell you guys, the U.S. is basically going down the same direction. They're nationalizing all these corporations. They're giving out money to the people. They're bailing everything out, guys. The rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. The middle class is getting obliterated. And if you don't see what's happening, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Just position yourself in a way so that you are not the loser. Okay? It's like, yeah, pay the state, and then leave it up to the state to redistribute the wealth. Did I show you guys the earnings reports that are coming up? Let me leave this up. I'm looking at 3M today. I think 3M had some good reports. UPS, Pfizer, Caterpillar, I heard did well. And there goes Brave with their ads. I love Brave. And I'm saying this, every broadcast, Brave browser, boom, boom, boom. But they're advertising their clothes way too much. I understand that they probably get free advertising, being that they own the tokens. But like at this point, is Brave an apparel company or a crypto company? That's what I'm going to do from now on, guys. Anybody that comes in here promoting socialism or the redistribution of wealth, I'm going to require them to pay a tax so that and it's not going to go to me. Let me be clear. Any commie that steps in the box that is promoting the redistribution of wealth will have to pay a super chat to the channel that in turn will be 100% redistributed to the population of the chat box so that we can redistribute wealth here and give them a little lesson. So if you want to support that type of thinking, don't come out here just talking. I need you to back it up with your actions. If you're really about redistributing wealth, let me know. That's why you're doing a super chat. If not, I'm going to keep it. If I get a super chat, I'm not redistributing it. But if I get a super chat from a commie out there that wants me to redistribute wealth, we'll go ahead and figure it out. And we'll do it. We'll distribute it. Yeah, but incentives exist for people who want to take the risk. It's the backbone of the American dream. No one's going to just grind without some form of credit leveraging. Exactly. Jiggerome says Bitcoin is the only wealth redistribution I believe in. Is Bitcoin really redistributing wealth, or is it creating its own value? That's a cool question. But I'm on the Bitcoin train. It ain't what I thought it was going to be. But I'm dealing with what we have in front of us. And what we have right in front of us is a bullish Bitcoin. So we're going to ride the wave. Let's talk about Ether. Shout out to everybody joining that 32 ETH club. The best move I made all April was stacking more ETH. I've been talking about stocks and these bonds and the options, yada, yada. That's real cute. But the best move that I made is stacking more ETH. 196 on ETH. Anything under 200 is looking strong. My understanding is that the test net for the proof of stake ETH 2.0 has been released. A test net. Wow, we've gone a little bit longer than I expected here. An hour and 30. Always a pleasure. I'll take a few more comments and questions. I got hyped there with the redistribution of wealth. That was awesome. Let me, now in retrospect, now, I got to listen to the replay and see how I handled it. But that was awesome. That's the new standard moving forward. If anybody here is really about universal health care, universal basic income, the redistribution of any wealth, back it up by sending in a donation. Let me know that you're a commie or you're a socialist. I'll be more than happy to redistribute your wealth. I'll take care of it for you. I'll redistribute it. I'll keep it 1,000 and we could track it. It's all good. But please don't come into this box saying things like that if you're not ready to back it up. people distinguish Marxist ideology from communist and socialist. I think there's differences, but they all seem to be in the same basket. I'm confused. What's your opinion? Yeah, you're right. The socialists are against perfect example is how the Nazi socialists were against the Bolshevik communists. You see what I'm saying? Because, at the end of the day, nobody else wants anybody else with power. That's the thing is that communists and socialists, they're just mad at people with power. They're mad at people that have more than them. Okay? And they feel that it's the system's responsibility to redistribute. Okay? The means or the details for the commies and the socialists, they may change here and there, but the bottom line is that the state should be in control. That the state is in control. Is the state redistribute? Now, I think communists may be a little bit more severe, but I'm sure there's little differences here and there. Someone will pop up and start trying to, argue that socialism is better than communism. I've heard it all. The bottom line is, guys, I don't want to be forced to redistribute my wealth. We're already doing that in the form of taxation as it is, and I don't want any more of it. I want less. In fact, if the U.S. government really cared about the people, forget about the stimuli checks. How about they abolish the income tax permanently? No more income tax. How about that? That'll boost the economy. How about they did that? All they did was postpone it a couple of months. How about they just say no more income taxes? You guys don't pay more income taxes. Keep your money. So, I can't give you a clear distinction between communists and socialists, but the Marxists, they're mad at the haves, okay? They look at it like the haves and the have-nots, and that the system needs to redistribute wealth. That's all. And how do they do it? By force, okay? It's by force. That's where the flaw is, by force. Their solution is forcing it on other people. And then also culturally subverting the idea that creating wealth is positive, creating value is positive. So they'll go off and they'll start saying, the rich, the capitalists, look what they do. They're greedy and they're rich. So they start blaming it, pointing the finger, start blaming the problems on somebody else. And listen, some of that may be valid, okay? But the solution is retarded. The solution is no, let's force everybody to behave a certain way. How's that? Basically they become the authority. Taxation is theft, says Jigger Romes. There you go. And I can see that, and that makes a lot of sense. The thing is that, I can see most governments, they're going to have some sort of a taxation. And that is, a reality that I'm not happy about, but, it may just be the fact. What I'm getting at is I'm just trying to get as least taxes as possible. I'm not saying that we're going to live in a perfect world with no taxes. I'm just saying is that we need to have as least as possible. Thank you, Jigger Romes, for the $4.20. Light it up. Kaboom. It's $4.20 all month. Thank you so much, Jigger. And then they'll point to you and say, if you don't want to redistribute your wealth, then you're bad. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you don't want it, you're bad. You're a bad guy. So hurry up and pay. Just like I did to John. He didn't want to pay his tax here, so he got thrown out the box. He's in YouTube jail. You see how it's not fair. It's just a perfect example. What I did to John is what the state does to the little guy. It's not fair. So here's John promoting the redistribution of wealth up until someone calls him out and asks him to pay. Then he's telling me I'm begging. It's awesome. Oh man, can't make this stuff up, guys. This is why I'm on live every day. I learn so much, and why I don't even watch fictional. I don't watch anything on TV like shows and stuff like that, guys. Why would I waste my time on anything of a fictional story, on some fantasy that's not real? When real life, there's so much plots and twists and things to learn. It's more entertaining. Like live streams, non-fictional content. We don't need any more fictional content. Actually, and on my other channel, I never really promoted here. I got several channels. Obviously, I'm producing all over the place. Although this crypto channel has been one of the top performers as of late. But I have a philosophy channel over there. I did a whole video. Maybe I'll share it because I never really cross promote. But the philosophical argument of we don't need any more fictional anything. Like, we have enough fictional material to last us. Like, why do we need any more fictional material? We really don't. Like, we could keep consuming fictional material from, I don't know, there's so much music and stories and all that. Like that, no. Derek says, but then they say the rich should pay. Exactly, right. The rich should pay. So, like, who defines who's rich? You? You know? Because, I mean, like, some people have $1 million, but they have $5 million in debt. So are they really rich? You see what I'm saying? It's like, Champ, what do you think about the alien footage? Another distraction? Yeah, it's all bullshit. I don't believe in aliens anymore. Aliens don't exist. I don't believe in it at all. I'm sure you know about this copy. I talk about him a lot of time. Bill Cooper, the father of the conspiracies, the man who wrote "Behold a Pale Horse," the whistleblower that was formerly in the military, I think the Navy. He saw a UFO come up out of the water, and he talked about how Project Red Light was designed to back engineer extraterrestrial technology, but then later he finds out that Project Red Light's a disinformation campaign to get people to think that there is extraterrestrials, because there's a plan out there. I think it's called Project Bluebeam, okay, where they stage a fake alien invasion and they put everybody in lockdown. That's probably what the plan was coming up soon, but it was probably a lot better just to stage it as a pandemic instead of an alien invasion. But it's about the same thing. So yeah, I don't believe in UFOs or aliens. I'm having trouble. Okay, and this may sound wild, but I keep it 1,000 with you guys. I'm having trouble believing if even the narrative of space is even real. There's evidence I've came across that shows, that some of this footage in space may not be real. You see bubbles and stuff, and I don't know. Once I started looking at the curve, then, I got into the space stuff, and there's a bunch of guys, NASA, come on. Oh, you just hit it. I'm talking about the fake alien invasion. You're right there with me. I didn't even look. I just saw your comment. I do believe the fake alien invasion is next. Yeah, they got that in their cards. Fake alien invasion is going to happen once people realize these pandemics are all exaggerated. Guys, it was all exaggerated. Just like I look at the beginning, I'm still wondering if it's even real. Okay, but whatever. Let's assume it is. Copy says he tested positive. Let's assume, But as far as the severity, come on, Copy. You had it. Was it bad? How was it? Let me know. Did you just have a flu, or what happened? Jigger Rome says aliens can't exist when the Earth is flat. Listen. I'm not saying the Earth is flat, but what I'm saying is that I can't prove that the Earth is a globe other than what NASA tells me. And that Pythagoras experiment with the shadows could work in a model where the sun is a lot closer to the Earth than what people have told us. Project Bluebeam coming? I think that they don't need Project Bluebeam right now. Right now, this Project COVID is working just fine. It's working just fine. But, they may roll it out in 2030 or something, or, I don't know, maybe even sooner. But Project Bluebeam's coming. Mark my words, once people get used to this flu and this pandemic stuff, the next one is the fake alien invasion. I'm telling you guys, look into it. There's technology that can even put holographs in the sky and everything. Yeah. It's serious. Look into it. Yeah, Project Bluebeam. But, yeah, that's all exposed by William Cooper. So what he ends up saying is that all the stories about Roswell. So in Roswell, okay, the story is, the first thing is that it was a weather balloon, right? But then they changed it and no, they got the aliens, this and this and that. Roswell, the UFOs are there. That's what they want you to believe. But in fact, chances are it really was just a weather balloon, And That's the thing. Like satellites, guys, you think most of these satellites are up there just circling around? Guys, they got high altitude balloons. Look at the balloons that are from NASA. I mean, a lot of these, what you think are satellites are just high balloons. Okay, and maybe they just didn't want you to know. You got to bluff to a certain extent. You got to make your hand. If you're playing poker and people can't see your hands, you want to always act like your hand is stronger than what you have. You want to behave like you got two aces, right? So, you behave like, oh, we actually got the aliens instead of, it was just a weather balloon. Tell us about Event 201, Order 201, whatever it's called. Event 201, I shared some videos about that. Let me see if I have one that I can share real quick. Let's see if it's in my watch list. If not, I'm going to have to skip that. But there's a one that explains a lot how they did a simulation with this pandemic back in October. Copy says Corona was like a bad for this Event 201 video clipped up here. Oh, okay. There we go. I think I got it. It's only a 2-minute video. I'll play it for you guys. And I'll share it here in the population. Pull it up for you guys. I've shared it a few times, but am I showing my screen or what?
There are strange facts surrounding the coronavirus outbreak of 2020. In 2018, the Purebright Institute was granted a patent for the coronavirus. The Purebright Institute is funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. On October 18th of 2019, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, along with Johns Hopkins and the World Economic Forum, hosted Event 201, a high-level pandemic simulation in New York City. The simulation, which was held just 3 months ago, was based on the coronavirus. They concluded that it could kill 65 million people and decided the solution was to have a vaccine within months of an epidemic. The same week that the coronavirus makes headlines, Netflix releases the docuseries Pandemic: How to Prevent an Outbreak, wherein the solution is vaccines and the trusted hero is Bill Gates. Meanwhile, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation fund Inovio Pharmaceuticals Inc. to develop a coronavirus vaccine. It's weird, right? Or am I just a conspiracy theorist? What about this?
And that Inovio Pharmaceuticals has been booming too, by the way.
5G, an emerging technology upgrade that has many countries concerned about its impact on human health. Experts from...
Now, let me be clear. I'm not all on board with this 5G theory. I think that there may be some disinformation here. I'm paying attention to it, but I'm not. There's something in my gut that tells me that the truth is not being spread here. That this may be worse than that they're explaining. I don't know. This is my opinion. Let me keep playing the video.
All over the world warn of the dangers of 5G. In 2018, it was reported locally that Wuhan would be the testbed city for full 5G network operation in China. The article went on to say that it would be fully operational by 2020. And on Halloween of 2019, they turned it on. Scientists warn that 5G causes flu-like symptoms. Interesting? What is also interesting is that when trying to share the link of 5G being launched in Wuhan, Facebook blocks you from doing so because it violates their community guidelines.
I'll leave it at that. I linked it there in the population. So if you guys want to watch the whole video. But yeah, I kind of touch up on 201. Slice Keeper says, what do flat earthers think the sun goes when it's not visible? Asking for a friend. I'll show you the model that they believe in. It's quite interesting. Let me be clear with you. I used to ridicule flat earthers until I started looking into the flat earth. And I'll tell you, I can't be, I don't know what I don't know. I can't say that I'm a flat earther. I can't say that. But I'm going to be honest with you. After looking into the flat earth, I have some reasonable doubts of the globe model. I don't know what we're on, guys. Okay. I don't know what we're on, but when you start tracking the constellations on a flat earth model, it becomes a lot easier to track. That's all I got to say. So, I'm going to show you actually, let me show you, let me show you to answer your question. I'm going to show you the map. Jigaromes. I did hear. I've heard of the theory of more than one sun, but I've heard that this is way out there. This is like, now what I'm about to talk about is like real, just conspiracy theory or just way out there. I heard that for those that believe that not only that we're on a flat Earth, that we're on a dome, and that there's things outside of the dome, and that some of the stars that we may be seeing are just suns that are further away that are circulating outer rings. Thus, the Lord of the Rings and the outer rings and the rings of the Olympics. And it goes into that theory. I don't believe that. I haven't looked into that, but it's a cool idea, bro. That's all I said. So when people talk about other suns, I've heard of that. I don't believe that, but the champ pays attention. I'll look into it. Let me show you there it is. This is it. There we go. Check out this. They have an app, the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app, which really, look at this. I'm going to leave the sound off. But this is basically the map of the globe, and you could see how the sun and the moon work like hour hands or minute hands on the clock. So again, I'm not saying that this is what it is. Someone asked what the flat Earth model, what the map and how the whole flat Earth works according to what those that believe that think, and I'm showing this map. You see? Where is it? Let me go ahead and just play it. This is promoting the app, but there we go. You see? Let me just leave it like that. You got the moon over here and the sun over there. So the sun moves up and down against the equinoxes. That's how the seasons happen. So the sun can go all the way down or all the way up. Again, I'm not saying that this is true. I'm just saying someone asked a question of how the model, what they believe in. This is what they believe in. Okay. And then you can, on top of this, throw the constellations and break it up into like just regions of the sky and stuff. So there it is, guys. So if the sun's all the way out here, it's not able to shine all the way over here. And remember, in this model, they believe that the sun is really close. Okay, not freaking 300 or 400, I don't know how many millions of miles that NASA says it's far from. Notice one thing, okay? The sun and the moon in the sky are about exactly the same size. Okay, so that's one thing. It appears like if they're the same size, forget about what NASA told you. Just look up in the sky. Does one appear further than the other? They look about the same distance. I mean, just looking with your eyes. I don't know. Obviously, NASA tells us that. Right. So how do you explain seeing a star inside a crescent moon? Some countries has it as their flag. Yeah, it's like people have been, listen, the globe model is something that's brand new. People have been following a flat earth model for thousands of years. And when you look at countries that have, or even just the crescent moon with a star in it, guys, think about it. Would you be able to see a star through the moon? You know what I mean? Slice Keeper's acting about magnetic field. I don't know what you're saying. How do they explain why the moon is mostly a circular shape? They don't explain why the moon's a circular shape or not. I mean, listen, the world isn't a circular shape here. It's just it's a flat disc in this model, and you don't know that the moon is circular. It's a disc for all you know. You haven't seen the back of the moon ever. The moon you can't see the other side of the moon, guys. So is the moon a ball or a disc? You don't know. I mean, they tell you it's a ball, but like when you look at it, you've never seen it rotate. It's always this. You always see the same side. That's what I'm trying to say. So and how do you explain seeing a star inside the crescent moon? That's another one. That's like if the moon was. If the model that they're telling you that the Earth's shadow is what's creating the crescent moon, then you shouldn't be able to see something past the shadow, right? Slice Keeper says, I need to see a picture of a star inside of crescent moon to say, okay, maybe it's flat. I'm not saying it's flat. I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but I'm saying like the more you look into these types of theories, the harder it is to prove that we're in a spinning globe going, I don't know how many miles away in the universe. Like the NASA model becomes harder to explain and prove once you start looking at this. That's what I'm trying to say. It casts reasonable doubt. China had a cheap webcam of the back of the moon. Yeah, I know. That was like a couple, and then all of a sudden the drone or the rover didn't work or anything like that. Yeah. Albus says 2008 Turkey UFO. I don't know about that. I haven't seen it. Someone asked what do I think? I don't believe in UFOs. I think that they're man-made. I used to, guys. I really used to. I used to believe in the model. I told you, but the more you look into it, the more lies you see. What really got me is once I figured out the moon landing was fake, because I used to have my doubts. I was like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, But then when I really started doing the research, it's like I'm like 99% sure it's fake. Like there's like beyond a reasonable doubt. And once you open that one up, you're like, oh wow. Slice Keeper says, I mean, how do magnetic fields exist if there are no poles? There is a magnetic field, everything towards the middle. So no matter where you're at in the globe, your compass is always pointing towards the middle. It always points towards the middle. So there is a magnetic force that's attracting everything towards the middle. The compass doesn't point south, it points north. So whether you're here or there, you see what I'm saying? Northwest, east, south always works. A compass works in this model. So if you're standing here, your compass points north. It doesn't matter where you're standing in this model. And this model still works. You could still go around the globe in a circle. Well, you can't go but see how many people here, how many times has someone flown an airplane north to south around the globe? People always go east to west, west to east, right? Like this. But how many people fly up and down? Like that they go over the North Pole, over the South America, over Antarctica and back around. Ever seen the SpaceX rockets land standing up? Yeah, I've seen that. Why are they ocean tides? Download this app because it actually shows you that the ocean tides run like a clock in circles along with the wind. According to this. And listen, I know that, the mainstream idea is that the moon has an effect on the tides, but, the more I looked into that, that's not really true. I haven't seen evidence that's irrefutable with that. Because it seems like the tides, they follow a certain programming or a certain schedule, regardless of whether the moon's full or not, right? So yeah, do the research on this. It's actually, I'm not saying, listen, what I'm saying, I want to be honest with you. The champ is not saying that the earth is flat. What I'm saying is that the flat earth idea is way more reasonable than you would think when you look into it. Now, that doesn't mean it's real or it's not, it could be a bunch of, obviously, it may not be real, obviously, you look into, that, the Antarctic Treaty. Guys, nobody can go to Antarctica. Nobody can go. You can't set up shop. You can't do business out there. You can't go mine in Antarctica. We set up a treaty in the middle of the Cold War during like a nuclear crisis that we would protect the penguins. Nobody's gone down there, guys. You can't fly over Antarctica because they're allegedly protecting the environment. I mean, it's crazy. Look, if you were in Argentina and you wanted to fly over there to Australia, why wouldn't you just go over Antarctica real quick? But no, you got to take the long route. So yeah, just check that out, guys. I'm not saying I believe in this, but the more I look into it, the more it attracts me. There's a Rothschild Island in Antarctica. Yeah, I know. I heard about that. You guys want to see the, you want me to link you to the moon landing video that I always link to? This one is like, let me show it to you. Let me link you guys. Guys, please watch it. So you know I'm not losing it. There it is. Let me. Watch this one, guys. American Moon. This was it. Watch that doc. It's 3.5 hours long, and it just puts the nail in the coffin, guys. If you believe we went to the moon, the joke's on you. Thank you, CryptoZilla. I see that you donated 10 lemons over there. We got 3 people on D Live. If we get 5 people in the next 2 minutes, I'll do a distribution. But we've been on for over an hour and a half. And I think it's time for me to get offline. Oh, 2 hours already? Ooh, this is too much. I got excited with throwing this guy Dango out the box. That was awesome. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. 2-hour stream. We've hit the beats. I told you I'll be doing that exclusive D Live stream talking about the Jesuits and the New World Order and the Vatican. I think it's worth it. Whoever set up the cameras and filmed Neil was the real first person to land on the moon. Yeah, who was it? They're saying it's Stanley Kubrick, right? Slice Keeper says MLN and pyramid schemes make sense and seem somewhat reasonable with the right incentives. That's why they exist and are successful. Are they though? Are they successful? Because like most of them end up failing. So I don't know if that's true or not. I'll tell you what is true about that. That people are always greeting, wanting to get more. All right, guys. Shout out to Slice, Jigger Roams, and the rest of the boomers. I'm out of here. I've been on for 2 hours. And that was fun. That was really fun. That was awesome, guys. If you want to promote universal basic income, socialist ideals, or communist ideals here in this population of the chat box, you can do so, but only if you donate in the super chat so that your donation and your wealth could be redistributed to the rest of the people. So that's the new rule moving forward. And if you don't pay the tax, then you're going to be thrown out the box. Wasted. On that note, shout out to Slice. Stay strong out there. Shout out to Jigger Roams, all the boomers, maniacs. Stay strong. It's The Voice, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in.